This is the master key to wealth. It's impossible for any sincere person to practice this technique and not have all the wealth he or she needs all the days of your life.
Why are some folks happy while others feel down? Why do some people live with joy, abundance, and prosperity, while others struggle with poverty and unhappiness? Why do some people achieve great success, while others always seem to fail? You are what you think, deep down in your subconscious. If you want a happier, more fulfilling, and wealthier life, you've got to take charge of those thoughts. If you're just cruising through life on autopilot, now's the time to snap out of it. You might be thinking, how on earth could just thinking make me rich? If that's crossing your mind, try to put those doubts on the back burner for now. A lot of folks feel this way. Maybe it's these negative thoughts or old beliefs holding you back or keeping you from being happy. I know this might sound a little out there, but believe it or not, the rule of life is the rule of belief. Not everyone who believes will succeed, but everyone who succeeds is someone who truly believes. If you want to change your world, you've got to start by changing your mindset. Real change always comes from the inside out. That's what every belief system out there teaches. Building wealth, happiness, and success takes real work. I'm not here to sell you a bill of goods. In this video, I'll share my own take and a quick rundown based on Joseph Murphy's bestseller, The Power of Your Subconscious Mind. Seriously, I recommend picking up the book and reading it for yourself. No video, not even this one, can beat reading the real thing. Now, close your eyes for a second and picture these words: revenge, punishment, earthquake, hell, violence, blood, knife, disease, anger, oppression, betrayal, gloom, torture, attack, poison, stress, terror, death, fire, prison. How did that make you feel? Did you feel a wave of negativity wash over you? Honestly, even just saying these words, I feel it too. See, your subconscious mind is always running the show. Our job is to stay aware of that. That's why Murphy says, feed your mind with the right thoughts. There's a great analogy in the book. Think of your mind as a garden, and you're the gardener. All day long, you're planting seeds, your thoughts, deep in your subconscious. Most of the time, you don't even realize you're doing it, because these seeds come from habits and patterns you've had since you were a kid. Remember, whatever you plant in your subconscious, you'll end up harvesting in your body and your life. If you plant thorns, you can't expect to pick grapes. Every thought is a cause, and every situation is an effect. That's why it's so important to keep your thoughts in check. If you want to change your situation, you've got to change what's causing it. Change the cause, and the effect will follow. Picture your conscious mind as the captain of a ship. The captain gives orders to the crew working down in the engine room. The crew doesn't know where the ship's headed. They just follow orders. If the captain messes up and gives the wrong orders, the ship could end up in hot water. Let's look at a real-life example. If you keep telling yourself, I can't afford this, your subconscious is going to buy it, and pretty soon, you really won't be able to afford it. If you keep saying, I can't afford that car, that vacation, that house, your subconscious just follows those orders. Bottom line, your thoughts pretty much shape your whole life. So try not to say stuff like, I can't afford this, or I can't do this. Instead, tell yourself, if I steer my subconscious the right way, I can do anything. Remember, when you change your thoughts, you change your future. You've got the freedom to choose. Choose life, choose health, choose happiness and wealth. When you focus on positive thoughts, good things usually come your way. But if you get stuck on negative thinking, you'll probably notice more negativity showing up in your life. That's just how our minds operate. Once your subconscious buys into an idea, it starts working to make it real. It doesn't care if the thought is positive or negative. It just goes along with whatever you tell it, no questions asked. It never argues back. Like the book says, keep giving yourself positive reminders. If there's a trait you want to build up or a challenge you want to beat, make it a habit to repeat uplifting statements to yourself, morning, noon, and night. On the flip side, there are negative messages too, like, you can't do it, you're gonna fail, you're totally wrong, you're too old for this, or you can't trust anybody. It's important to notice the negative messages people throw your way. We've all dealt with this kind of negativity at some point, whether we were kids, teenagers, or adults. People who talk like this usually have one goal: to control you. They want you to think and feel just like they do. Even if it hurts you, they're doing it to get ahead themselves. But what other people say doesn't really have any power over you. No matter how harsh their words sound, the only reason they get to you is because you let them in. Mentally, they only have influence if you allow it. You get to choose what you think about. Whatever you focus on during the day shapes who you become. Your subconscious never argues with you. So, watch what you say, even the little things. Never say, "I'm gonna fail, I'll lose my job," or "I can't pay the rent." Your subconscious doesn't get jokes or sarcasm. It takes everything literally. That's why you should always feed your mind positive affirmations. Think about others the way you'd want them to think about you. Feel about others the way you'd want them to feel about you. Treat others the way you'd want them to treat you. The way you judge others is the way you'll be judged too. That means, deep down, the standards you set for others are the same ones you hold yourself to. However you measure others, that's how you'll be measured too. How do you react to the news or what's going on around you? Even if you think everyone else is wrong and you're right, if the news gets under your skin, that's on you, because letting those negative vibes in messes with your peace of mind. Don't let anyone or anything have the power to make you angry or throw you off balance. What someone else says can't really get to you unless you let it. The only way someone can hurt your feelings is if you let their words take up space in your head. When you get mad, your mind goes through 4 steps. First, you think about what was said. Then, you decide to get upset and start feeling angry. Next, you decide whether or not to act. Are you going to fire back the same way? So, here's how it goes. Thought, emotion, reaction, and action. It all happens in your mind. Emotional maturity means not letting yourself snap back when someone criticizes you or says something hurtful. Nobody likes getting put down, but you always get to choose how you react. The grown-up move is not to fire back with something negative. If you do, you're just letting yourself get dragged down to their level and sucked into their bad vibes. Don't let anyone or anything knock you off your game. Some folks just want company in their misery. They're thinking, if I'm this miserable, why should anyone else be happy? And they'll try to bring you down with them. Really, they just want someone to share their misery. Once you get this, nothing can rattle you. You'll stay cool and unfazed by whatever's going on. But if you ever catch yourself wanting to hurt someone or think bad thoughts about them, try walking a mile in their shoes. Try to see what they see, feel what they feel, and think what they think. Then, send them a little kindness. Be emotionally mature and let people disagree with you. They've got a right to their opinions, and you've got a right to yours. Don't get sucked into someone else's drama or anger. You can stand up for yourself without starting a fight. And when someone else lands a win, gets a promotion, or just catches a lucky break, be truly happy for them. When you do that, you're putting a good vibes out there for yourself too. Most importantly, keep a handle on your thoughts, reactions, and feelings. Your emotions follow your thoughts. Just remember, you've got the power to kick out any thought that messes with your peace of mind. At the end of the day, building wealth starts with your mindset. Just saying, "I'm a millionaire," isn't going to make you rich. You've got to train your mind to think in terms of wealth and abundance. Feeling wealthy is what actually brings more wealth into your life. Like I said in earlier videos, some folks look down on wealth. They think there's something noble about being broke. They judge people who have more and feel jealous or resentful. If someone's well off, you'll hear stuff like, "That guy's a scammer, ruthless, probably cheated his way up." But here's the thing, you can't attract what you constantly criticize. A lot of people are just scraping by and never seem to have enough cash, mostly because they see money in a negative way. What you judge or put down tends to stay out of your reach. On the flip side, putting money on a pedestal and chasing it above everything else throws your life out of balance. If you're like, "All I care about is money, nothing else matters," yeah, You might end up with a fat bank account, but at what cost? Making money your only goal is a losing game. You might think cash is all you want, but after all the hustle, you'll see it's not the only thing you really need. There's no real success without peace of mind. If you can't sleep at night, your health is taking a hit, or you're feeling guilty, what's the point of having all that money? Some people, whether they know it or not, kinda like being unhappy. They think it gets them more attention from other people. Deep down, they don't really want to be happy. They want to milk whatever perks come with being unhappy. And honestly, they might just pull it off. Because our lives really are shaped by our thoughts. These days, a lot of people try to buy happiness. Big screen TVs, brand new cars, designer clothes, a fancy house. But happiness isn't for sale, and you definitely can't get it that way. You gotta choose happiness. Happiness is a habit, a great habit you should practice every day. When you wake up, tell yourself, today I choose happiness. Today I choose success. Today I choose to do the right thing. Today I choose peace. You really gotta want to be happy. Picture what you want coming true. Feel it like it's already real, and watch it happen. Your subconscious is always awake. You can tap into its amazing power just by telling it what you want, right before you hit the sack at night and right after you roll out of bed in the morning. Joseph Murphy says you should always talk to your subconscious with confidence and authority. The only thing standing between you and success is your own thoughts or mental pictures. Life doesn't blame you or punish you. It's kind of like electricity. You can use it to hurt someone, or you can use it to light up your house. Good and bad are all about your own thoughts and intentions. All your problems come from wishes that haven't come true yet. But ask yourself, did you really want those things badly enough to make them happen? You can go a few weeks without food. You might last a few days without water. But how long can you go without air? Think about it. Do you want what you want as much as you want food, water, or air? When you want something as much as you want to breathe, you'll see your subconscious kick in, and all those obstacles will start to melt away one by one. Want it like you want to breathe. Just keep going until the sun comes up and every shadow is gone.